Okay, I'm going to start the show off. Okay, so for those who haven't met me before, my name is Kevin Grundy. I'm a member of the New Zealand Medical Association and the American Medical Guild. I am specialised in Western herbal medicine, natural nutritional health. I'm a 3-star Youngevity executive, and I'm an independent distributor. That means I do not work specifically for corporate. I work on myself and loving the lifestyle. So today we're going to take you beyond the Healthy Start Pack. So we know the Healthy Start Pack is where it all begins, hence the name. And so today we're going to take you beyond this. I'm going to take you beyond all the way through to the Pro range. In the Pro range, we have a selection of products that we use over and above the Healthy Start Pack. There's 11 of them in total. And so we'll go through them one by one and where to use them in the system. But let's just recap, because without this, it has no meaning. So the message: 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids, making 90 essential nutrients. Essential nutrients cannot be manufactured by the body, and deficiencies of these essential nutrients lead to disease. And of course, we all know there's 900 diseases. This is the basic message, guys. This is where we start. This is the beginning. We have a Pro range, but we don't start with the Pro range. So we start here, 3 steps to health. We identify a category. We use the appropriate pack and the right dose for that category, and importantly, we clean up the diet. So once again, we go through the categories. We look at these categories. This is where we start. And I get everybody to start in digestion. Doesn't matter your health challenge. We always start with digestion. Even when there's only small things going on in digestion. The minute we see multiple numbers in all the other categories, it's an alarm bell that there is something going wrong in digestion. And generally, when we see bloating, gas, heartburn, constipation, or diarrhea, when we see these, and we know that there's other things going on, and they're just the tip of the iceberg. We start with digestion first. Then we work with the 4 categories. We determine which of the categories we're going to go forward with. So once we've gone through the digestion, you may want to go to hard tissue, soft tissue, or blood sugars. Once we define the category, we use the magic dosing based on your weight and how severe your health challenge. Remembering that weight is based on 50 kgs, that is equivalent to 1 dose. So if you're 100 kgs, you do 2 doses. That is the maintenance level. If you have a health challenge or have issues, then you double your maintenance dose or triple your maintenance dose. This is how we heal and go forward. And importantly, we clean up the diet. If we don't do anything and we don't clean up the diet, we don't go forward. If there's nothing, if you don't even take supplements, we need to clean up the diet, because this is what's upsetting your system. Those nitrates are killing all those good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria. Okay, so we need to reduce these things that are harmful. I did my talk last month, putting out the fire. When the body is fully inflamed, when the body is fighting other things, whether it's through environment, through a food, it can't heal properly. It's constantly firefighting. So we need to reduce the inflammation so we can start the healing process. And in turn, everything comes right, blood pressure comes down, we start to lose weight, kidney function starts up again, we start to work. So it all begins with the Healthy Start Pack. This is the beginning. Before you even considered what Pro Pack one would want, okay, we would need to be going through this section first. Everybody would need to be on the Healthy Start Pack. Then we have the Pro range. We have the clingy, the Ultimate Daily, the Immortalium, the Glucogenics, the Synaptive, the Octave, the Azir Athene, the Azir Athene, Pro Joint, and Prokaryote, with this oddball thing called Turmeric. So we've got a good array of products coming through, and I believe there are more in the system. These are products we use when we're no longer having to fight all the big fires, when we're not dealing with hard tissue issues and severe arthritis, or we have specific ailments in the soft tissue. You know, we have thyroid issues, or we have kidney issues. So we reach out beyond. If somebody just wishes to be maintained, a really great one would be the Healthy Start Pack and Immortalium, a great place to start. or somebody just is a little bit concerned about their sugar balance, but they don't have diabetes or they don't actually have a sugar issue, but they know that they need to keep it moderated, well, then you'd have the Healthy Start Pack and you'd then just add the glucogenics to the side. And that goes with all of the Pro range. You add it to the side of the Healthy Start Pack. I don't use it, and I don't suggest we use it in place of main therapeutic dosing of the Healthy Start Pack. For instance, the Pro joints do not replace the glucogels and the CM cream. They just don't replace that. You can add it to it as a support arm. So let's just go through them one by one. Of course, we have the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's a tablet form of the crystals, the NutriCrystals. So it's health category, where you would use it is in all. You would use it in all 4 categories: hard tissue, soft tissue, blood sugars, and of course digestion. So it contains all the whole foods, all the trace minerals, amino acids, pre and probiotics, okay, and all those synergizing nutrients, the same as the BTT crystals. It's energy boosting. It's immune boosting, so it's going to work with that immune system straight away. It's a very high antioxidant. It's 160 in the ORAC scale. So if I'm dealing with somebody who has a low immune system, say their immune system's fighting cancer, then I would use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine as an addition to the BTT crystals. And my next slide, I'll go through the reason why. But I use it as an add-on, okay? And we use it as an add-on when we're trying to fight other things because of that high antioxidant content. Now, if the, excuse me, if the client or patient doesn't like the crystals, then we can go to the Beyond Tangy tablets as an alternative. They're a bit weaker, okay? And I'll go through that in the next slide. So they're very high antioxidant, which is great for fighting those free radicals, any cell damage. This is what we add to the equation. And of course, it's the vitamins and minerals have been synergized, just like the Beyond Tangy Tangerine crystals. They've been grown with herbs. So all those vitamins and minerals, they're plant-based. They're not ground up pieces of rock added to a protein. So they're trying to convince the body that it's healthy. These are naturally healthy. They're naturally organic. They're naturally attracted to the cell. It's the best way of uptaking nutrients. So the Beyond Tangy compared to the Beyond Tangy tablets. And so as you can see, the serving size is 4 tablets, quite a lot more, and they're not small tablets. There's still 30 servings per container when you take the 4 tablets a day. But look at the whole food organics, you know, the crystals, 5,700 milligrams versus 800 milligrams. So you can see that's where the bulk of the differences is in that whole food. There's only so much you can compress into a tablet. So they remove the whole food, but keep a lot of the nutrients. You know, acid complex is down by 80%, and you can see that the pure genetic defense system is down by 80%. The pre and probiotic is 50%. Okay, so it's still got that pre and probiotic content, but it is halved. There's a higher amount of antioxidant. There's that transresveratrol, which is what you get out of the wine or various other grape seeds and stuff. Okay, so that's where we get that extra content of the antioxidant. Everything else is the same. It supports the immune system, supports that cardio, supports that blood sugar, supports the allergy systems that people are trying to get away from. It's the same as the BTT crystals. It's just not as strong. Okay, so that's where I'd add it. I add it in addition to a program when I'm trying to help somebody's immune system back up, or if they do not like the Beyond Tangy crystals. And we have the Daily Classic. So the Daily Classic is a full spectrum multivitamin. But we don't use it so much like the Beyond Tangy because we have the Beyond Tangy. Where we use this is more for fighting, helping with soft tissue issues. When we're dealing with the heart, we're dealing with the kidneys, we're dealing with the liver. This is a great product to support those aspects. So if somebody has blood sugar issues or cardio issues, then I would be adding the Ultimate Daily Classic. So it contains a full spectrum of minerals and vitamins and antioxidants. It helps enhance the circulational system, and it's a key. It's got those key nutrients for supporting cardio and the nervous system. So it's got things like ginkgo and blueberry and hawthorn. Hawthorn is specific for heart. People who have arrhythmia or heart murmurs or any disturbance in the heart's electrical system, hawthorn is specific for that. There's a lot of now good studies supporting the benefits of hawthorn. Same with the ginkgo and bilberry. Great herb supporting aspects of the cardio, opening the valves. It's getting things working again. And we use this if we're dealing with kidney or heart issues. We'd use it in conjunction with maybe niacin plus, or the cardio sticks that have niacin in them. Now, niacin helps by opening the pathways, allowing these nutrients to get where they need to go. Immortalium, the ultimate new age anti-aging supplement. More than just a tablet. This took us to a new level in supplementing. So this category is soft tissue. We use this in conjunction if we're using the healthy brain and heart pack, and somebody's sitting on that comfortably and they just need something just to tweak it, then I'd be reaching for the Immortalium. It's a great product for helping with skin toning. It's a great product helping with those telomeres, of course. The Immortalium is an anti-aging supplement that extends the lifespan of telomeres, and those are those biological clocks found in almost every cell, like little strands of little fingers at the end of wires. Okay, and as they wear or shorten, we age. And science have now found that if we can slow the aging of these telomeres, we don't age as fast, and things don't break down as quickly. It uses high-tech, cutting-edge biolayer tablet technology. That means that different levels or layers inside this tablet, different pressures or different hardness. So as they're released into the body, they'll release fast, so they're giving you a maximum absorption, or they'll release really slowly, and they'll go further down the colon and get into other places where they can start to do their maximum effect. Of course, it's also enhanced with the frucordion. So anybody who takes our Frucoid Z, then you might want to reconsider, what if I go for the Immortalium instead? It has the Frucoid in it. It's a great product. And that Frucoid, of course, is they've got that rich, good for boosting the immune system. It's good for anti-inflammatory. It's a good immune supporter. You know, anybody's immune system who's fighting the cancers and stuff like that, if the immune system's dropped, well then, this frucordium can really help boost that immune system. And of course, by keeping those telomeres healthy, we extend the length of our life. So the glucogenics. So this is part of our blood sugary support. So of course, you'd expect to find the category blood sugars. So this is very similar to the sweeties, but more advanced. This has got a more broader aspect on how it looks after the sugars. So it's an advanced metabolic formula that helps the body naturally regulate blood sugar levels and promote a healthy metabolic system. So it's helping, just like the sweeties, it's got vanadium and chromium that are the policemen and the doorman, helping sugars in and out of the cell. So it does all that. Plus it has other things. It's got an array of herbs that helps break down those glucose. But these herbs help the body nourish. It's got demina in there, which is a herb that takes away the sugar cravings. So it's a really good one to add. So if somebody wishes just to maintain their health, as I said at the beginning of this, get a healthy start pack, and you just add the glucogenics to the side, and you're getting a much bigger punch for helping blood sugars. It doesn't replace the sweeties. If you have a problem and we need bigger amounts, and I always use sweeties to start with, but you can add this to the side. You can add this as another component or another level. Okay, but I'll still be using my therapeutic dosing of my sweeties first before I move to these. Synaptive. So this is our brain product that helps feed the brain. Again, it comes under soft tissue, so it's the healthy brain and heart pack. Obviously, if it's to do with the brain, it's going to fall into that category. Again, this is using the cutting-edge biolayer tablet technology that Youngevity started to develop. So it helps to get the nutrients exactly where it needs to go. So it gives you that instant mental clarity, and it helps decrease those stress levels, okay, keeping that brain at its optimum performance. So it provides scientifically measurable neuron stress combating activity. Well, there's a mouthful. Scientifically measurable. Keep that one. Supports mental focus by helping reduce anxiety level. Wow. Promotes optimal signal strength for neuron transmitters in the brain. So it's helping to, it's a bit like an amplifier in your radio. You turn the volume up and things get louder, so now your neighbour hears what's going on. Well, this is what it's doing here. So it strengthens the signaling in your neurotransmitter, so the pulses are stronger, so everybody gets to see it in your neuro world. It enhances that cognitive activity and supports that memory and cognitive function. It gets that brain working. Ocular, all for the eye. So this again comes under the soft tissue because eyes soft tissue. Ocular targets nutrients and botanicals that deliver organic whole food complexes to the eye. So it's feeding the eye with all those foods, real foods. Again, it is biolayer technology. It's got all your eye stuff you think you want for the eye, your A's, your C, your vitamin E, plus your zinc and your selenium, all great tissue, soft tissue food. It's got lupatins in there, and then these products that actually help make lupatins. So these are the natural things. I can't even pronounce half of these. Astaxanthin, lipotine, I'll get that one. Okay, so these are found in foods and they convert to lutein. And of course, it's got bilberry and grapeseed extract and organic trace minerals. So it's got the Youngevity plant-derived minerals in it. So it's got a whole pile of food. It feeds eye. It feeds eye function. It helps encourage circulation in and around the eye and the head. Okay, so it's another one, if you need circulation, it's another one that helps with circulation. And we have the Azir Athene for women. So this is for women hormonal support. So you anybody who's going through, menopause, or a woman going through the stages, this helps bring things back in balance. It feeds things. So this comes under our soft tissue because it's the reproductive system. The Azir Athene supplies natural high-quality vitamins, minerals, and botanics that help promote better health and hormone production for women. This natural approach of hormone balancing helps restore estrogen and hormone balancing while supporting powerful defenses against oxidative stressing of aging. This is a very cool product. When you start to go through the ingredients, you start thinking, am I actually reading immortalium? Because the crossover between this and immortalium are amazing. It actually has immortalium in there. So with all the benefits we see of the immortalium, the fructodium, the telomere support, we're getting all that as well as balancing hormones. It's got great herbs too, just to mention, maca and mania. They are great herbs that support the woman's reproductive system. And we use them heavily, and if you come to our clinic, these are the herbs that you would get in one of our magic formulas. It's got whole foods, again, just like the immortalium, just like the Youngevity tablets. It's using whole foods. And these foods are the same foods they use with the Youngevity crystals. You know how we make vitamins using whole foods and herbs? Well, these are the same for the Pro range. They're all made the same as the Youngevity crystals, where the vitamins and minerals are grown, and then they use those as whole foods and herbs. It's also got flaxseed to help with some of those essential fatty acids and balancing with those omega-3s and 6s. So for us guys, we have the Azir Athene support for hormone support for men. Again, soft category, soft tissue category. We're dealing with the men's reproductive system, so it's all soft tissue. So Azir Athene naturally supports healthy testosterone production, healthy sexual function, and healthy brain function in men without the use of hormones. Funny how when I put that healthy brain function, because so many people think men's brain sits somewhere else. Anyway, these are extended release tablets, again, so biolayer technology, so it's targeting different pathways in our digestion. So they naturally supply vitamins and minerals and those botanicals that provide the hormonal support and are very powerful against oxidative stress, that anti-aging breakdown of those free radicals. You know where I'm coming from there. And again, it's just like the Azir Athene for women. It's got that immortalium blend in it. So straight away, it's starting to help enhance those cells. It's going to work with those polymers. It's got the frucordium, that anti-inflammatory, immune boosting product. It's awesome. It's got herbs like fenugreek, and it's got another blend of herbs. They call it tea nutrient blend, and it's got things like tribulus, turmeric, ginger. There's a whole lot of other reproductive supporting herbs. Again, these are the same herbs you'll see myself, Sally, and I put into one of our magic formulas if we were giving you a herbal formula for hormonal support. Okay, these are the same great herbs, time tested. They've been around for thousands of years doing their thing, supporting the body. Again, it's whole field based, you know. And then we got the two new ones on the block, the Pro Joints and the Prokaryote. So the Pro Joint supports the joint, so it's hard tissue. This is hard tissue, and I use this once you overcome your hard tissue issues. If you just wish to maintain a hard tissue level, maintenance going forward, then I would use the healthy start pack, and I would add Pro Joint to it. It's a maintenance pack going forward. We're not dealing with bone and joint issues here. We're not dealing with that arthritic problem. Okay, we're just dealing with support. This is a supporting product to help people not to go down those roads. This is the ambulance at the policeman at the top of the cliff. And remember, we're in the wellness industry. We're trying to help people maintain their health before they need products for when they're sick. So ProJoint is a naturally advanced formula of synergized nutrients that work together to support the entire joint structure. So it's not just the bones, it's not just the cartilage, it's not just the tissue and tendons, it's the whole structure. Supports healthy ligament, tendons and cartilage, promotes flexibility, mobility and movement, supports healthy immune system, and promotes the development of healthy tissue, and supports the entire joint structure. And so what it's doing is feeding things. So this isn't a magic product which is all about repairing the joint. If you notice these things here, we're feeding tissue. That's all we're doing. We're putting food back into the tissue so it can repair itself. Proline cardio is the cardio support we have. Again, this is soft tissue, so you'd have this with the healthy brain and heart pack, or you could just have this on its own with the healthy start pack, and then you have the Pro Cardio as a maintenance, because we're not dealing with a health challenge. We just wish to be proactive with our health, and we just wish to have products that are going to help with the cardio, help with the cardio muscle, the heart muscle, going to help with your tissue, your circulational stuff. Okay, so Pro Cardio supports a healthy blood vessels to promote healthy blood flow, circulation, and energy production within the body. It delivers targeted support for overall vascular network. So again, it's got the biolayer technology, that biotablet technology, targeting specific pathways. Because when we damage our digestion system, it's not all damaged at the same place. It's not one continuous big red seeping, wounding sore of tissue inside your digestion. Yes, that can happen too. It can happen to a lot of people. But generally, there's areas within your digestion which are inflamed, for whatever reason. And those areas which are inflamed won't, of course, absorb. So when we have these targeted nutrients, it allows certain nutrients which we know are beneficial at certain parts of the digestion tract to start to heal these areas and improve the absorption factor. It's delivering to where it needs to go. So it supports those healthy blood vessels. Okay, because part of high blood pressure is blood vessels breaking down, or blood vessels have got blockages because they're damaged, they're cracked, and the body's trying to repair them, and that creates blockages. It supports that healthy vessels, helps that blood flow, keeps things moving, supports the energy, because once we get blood flow happening, we get those B vitamins going to their place, we get energy going to where it needs to go. We got CoQ10 happening, which is energy in the muscle. Before you know, boom, the whole energy production family is in full swing. And of course, it contains these antioxidants, CoQ10, selenium, turmeric, resveratrol. Again, all soft tissue supporting herbs. They're going to help nourish those tissues, get those the tissue growing properly, all nice and plump, and doing what they're doing. And then we have this oddball fella, the turmeric. If you love turmeric like I do, then this should be in your kit. It's a great product. See, the thing with turmeric, it's very hard to absorb. And so the companies come along and they've made this great product that is pure and extremely easy to absorb. What category does this fit into? This fits into all categories. Why? Because it's anti-inflammatory. Why? Because it repairs tissue, hard tissue and soft tissue. Okay? It's in there when we reduce inflammation, it helps with blood sugars. It helps put out fires and repair at the same time. So it goes into all categories. If you're like me and you cut back on your coffee and your tea and you're drinking herbal mixtures now, then turmeric is a great place to start. And turmeric latte means milk, but in this case I mean coconut, a nice organic coconut, and a bit of honey. You got a beautiful drink. Add a bit of ginger, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, and you get yourself a nice hot turmeric latte to die for. Anyway, reversing. Turmeric delivers 95% of your calories in an organic capsule that is easy for the body to absorb. Now, 95%, as I said earlier, is quite an important number here. Because if you go into a health shop and if you look at most, I won't say all because there are companies out there who are trying to keep up with us, but most you see in there are very, very low absorption, 20–30%. That's all. And so when you spend that big money on turmeric capsules in a chemist or in a health food shop, remember, it's technically 3 times the value because you're only getting 30% of it. Here we're getting 95% of it. 95, that's a lot to put in one go. So organic botanicals typically have more phytonutrients than non-organic botanicals, and therefore they're a lot more beneficial to the body. And of course, these being organically grown, the phytonutrients are extremely much higher than the standard turmerics. So as well as being highly absorbable, we're also getting a bigger whack of nutrients from this turmeric. And of course, turmeric has a long-standing history of providing natural herbal benefits to the body. It's traditionally been used in Asiatic and Chinese medicine for centuries. It was used as an anti-inflammatory, used digestive issues, used liver issues, skin issues, and wounds. It's working on that cellular level. Turmeric works on a cellular level, healing and promoting cellular growth. Oh, guys, that's it. Come to my show. All we need to learn comes from Dr. Wallach's tools. You know, these are the best places to start. We should all have a good library of tools by now. And we use these tools to take away the perception from family members who know that you do not know health and you just ended up in a network marketing company. And so we have these tools to help you share the message. And of course, you have us, you have Sally and myself as your medical advisors. And so use this in the third person. Share these discs, share the information, share your story. It's important that you share your story. That's how we grow our business.